Couple of weeks.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
I got this. Just watch my back. I got this front. Check it out now. I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous. You heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. The mob comes equipped.
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, happening.
What's up, my people?
Plátano power. Get okay.
Right there. Oh, well, shit, I got the wrong one.
Oh, Team India, wherever we
India,
are.
go. Baby.
India, baby, let's go.
Yeah, baby.
It's close enough to DR, right? Right, Swift?
It's close enough. It's close enough.
Close enough. Yo,
Hey, there we are.
already. Yo, QueensBaseball Live, episode 6. Thank y'all for being here. We just had a space where the Pope was spazzing out a little bit. We're going to continue there when we talk about Shamania, but we got to talk about the WBC. It's literally one of the joys of watching baseball, and the fact that we get to see our respective country doing what they're doing. Doesn't matter who you are. I mean, obviously you see the powerhouse DR being 4-0. They ain't the only 4-0 team. It's Italy too. Before we start getting into the nitty-gritty of WBC, we want to obviously talk about the MLB, around the MLB. So before I start this, as I mentioned, before the guys curse me out later, please share this live. Please subscribe. Please like it. Send it to your group chats. There's no, when it comes to support, no shame, guys. So,
And it's free 99.
and it's free 99. Yeah, free 99. And hopefully it won't be free 99 in the future, so we could pay Ricky, who's been busting his ass. He even got an assistant, which I don't even know how he's paying it. So that's crazy. Thank you, Ricky, for the art, by the way. We got around the MLB. So this is the biggest one that I want to highlight, and I want to go to you about this because it has to do with hopefully our future ace. So Jesus Luzardo signs a 5-year, $130 million extension. The extension does not start this year. It starts next year. So this could be a 6-year, 146 deal. Okay, I should have done this before. Let's just say it's 145 divided by 6. You know, the AAV is going to be around 24. Or if you want to do just the last 5 years, let's just do that. I mean, that's what he got. That's where the big money is. I always say 140 for Freddie. He got 130 divided by 5. Where we at now? 26. And census will bring it higher than that. But let's say it's 26 million. If Luzardo's making 26 million and Freddie, who's, I don't know how much better, but he's better, right? I think we could all agree that he's better, right? How much more? So I'm gonna start with y'all. Like, y'all tell me, should we just balls on the wall sign this man for 6 years, including this year? What do you guys think? Top, go first, bro.
I'm gonna say yeah without hesitating. And I'll go based off his stats. Every year, Freddie Peralta has gotten better since he's became a starting pitcher. So I think it's only fair that because of what he brings to the table as a starting pitcher, the magnitude of where he's pitching on this team, I think it's only fair that you look at him as an ace. He is your number one option. I think it's only fair that not only does he have the credentials, the numbers behind it, he looks like he wants to be here. He looks comfortable. He looks like he's enjoying his time as a New York Met, and he hasn't even started the season with us yet. So when a guy is showing me the emotions of wanting to be here and is excited to be here and is showing the love with his teammates and is saying nothing but positivity about the organization and his teammates, that's a guy that I want to sign to an extension no matter what.
Yeah, I agree with you, Top. I think for me, I'm gonna do a little bit more just because I want him to be here. I'm gonna do 175 for 6. That's 29 AAV. I think with that it makes it more to, it's not 30, it's right under 30 at 29. But I feel like he wants the 7 to 8 year deal. I don't think he's gonna get that. It's possibility. I mean, he's only 29 years old or 30 years old, which I think, yeah, he's 30. So he can get the 7 to 8 year deal and pitch to 37. But I think that it's gonna be one of those where Stearns is probably not feel comfortable. So I'm going at 6 for 175, 29 AAV, and get it done.
Yeah, that's around the same thing. I kind of ballparked it at about just under 30 AAV for 6 years. I'm okay giving him 6 years because today's money ain't yesterday's money, and by the time that contract is over, we will hopefully have like somebody who's currently pitching for Detroit on the payroll. You know what I'm saying? Have developed a Nolan McLean or two to be an ace, co-ace. You know what I'm saying? We may or may not have done that by then. So that money kind of reinvests itself into the team. So I'm not against giving them close to 30 M's a season, at about 6 years. 5 years is really the sweet spot for a dude that's 30 years old, whatever. But, if that's what the market's demanding, let's negotiate.
I think when you look at, you also have to factor in age, right? He's 2 years younger. Luzardo's 2 years younger than Freddie is. I think when I always call it the Mets tax. Anytime a guy comes to the Mets, he's initially going to just want more. It's kind of the price that you pay if you're going to be trying to be signed by the Yankees, the Dodgers, or the Mets. You just have to expect that the contractual demand will be higher. But I look at Freddie Peralta's ability to stay healthy. Last 3 seasons, 30 starts, 32, 33 starts. You've had 2 32 start seasons from Luzardo with an 18 start season. There is a little bit of that inconsistency that you don't see from Freddie Peralta. If you're going to invest and if you're going to pay for somebody for 7 years, which, by the way, I don't see that happening. Even though you have 2 guys that work in the Milwaukee Brewers system that knows him from the time he was drafted. Even with that, I would think that there's like a 4 to 5 year sweet spot deal here that the Mets can easily do. Now, whether they get that done before, I think the timing is going to be interesting. I think if they don't get that done before the season starts, I think Freddie's just going to let the whole season play out and let himself get more money. Because as you see, every single pitcher that comes into this newfound Mets, pitching lab walks out with more money after they leave. So I think there's a part of it is you can get me for 6 years, you tack on 6 more years. I like what Jay Fern said, just like OV, what the market is going to dictate. If it dictates 28, 29 million a year, I think that it's heavy, but I think it's a price that I would be willing to pay. Lock it in before we start getting into the the lockout and whatever that will entail. Whatever happened there. Whatever that will entail. So I'm curious as well to see what happens.
And real quick, I know we talked about this in the last couple of weeks ago. Just talk about Freddie as a starter that's getting better. The last just couple of years, let's go 1, 2. I guess it's 6 years. Okay, so let's go 6 years all the way to 2020. So 2.7 ERA. Before that, 3.6, 3.8, 3.5, 2.8, 3.99 is the highest in the 2020. And that was in a shortened season. Solid player. He will be 30 during the season. So 6-year deal. I'm assuming, Jay Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, that includes this year. So we're giving him a raise for this year, or are we doing the 6 years on top of this year? So that'll be 7.
Yeah. So I would do it starting next year.
Okay, so it'll be 7 years. So that I don't know he'll do.
Ooh. Now, keep in mind there might be a signing bonus attached to whatever he signs, so he might get that extra money now. And remember, that is protected. Even if there is a lockout, that's going to be protected. So anything will involve a very nice little salary.
Exactly.
That's true. So I don't know if Stearns would do a 6 years extension. Luzardo got a 5-year extension. I was thinking of a 5 or do a 6 year, including this year. But I would do any of those years. I just don't know if he would do it. But just look at the ER and look. I'll really quickly. 176 innings last year, 173 innings the year before that, 165. Hopefully on his pace to 170 plus. The dude strikeouts, in the 180. Oh, sorry, apologies. How you know you're gangster? 200 3 straight years. If you're gonna give someone money, and look, we're gonna get into the negativity of Sean Manaea. If you're gonna give some guy money, this is the guy to give the money to. If you work around the $8 million he's making this year, you could get him for the 6-year extension, including this year. If you do what Jay Fern does, maybe lower AAV and then throw in 6 years on top. That's 7 years. That's what he wanted. I don't know if Stearns would do it. If there's anyone that you want to lock down, is this guy. So if the Phillies could do it, we can. David Stearns, you've been getting a lot of positivity lately, and you should. This is going to be a good team, David. At least we assume so, right? But we had a couple of mistakes from last year. Let's rectify those mistakes. One of them was Sean Manaea. 2 was Frankie Smokes. Sean Manaea 1 to be determined. It's looking scary now. Let's see what happens there. He's an expiring contract after next year. So if there's a lockout or not, hopefully there isn't a lockout. We might even pay the brother. The point is, let's pay Freddie though. He wants to be here. Let's pay him. He's a good pitcher. He's right now our ace. Really quick, guys. So I'll go through this real quick. The A's got a $2 billion stadium target for 2028. I have no idea how that's going to happen. That is 2 years from now. So in 2028, I'm assuming that's going to be ready. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We got to talk to Edge about that. He's going to be working on that shit. Right. So let's see if that's true. But Vegas, it looks beautiful. By the way, you guys saw the framework of that. That looks amazing.
The rendering is nice.
I think only holds 35,000 or something like that. Like I guess that makes sense. Whatever.
Yeah.
A dome, so it's gonna be beautiful. Good for them. Sevy would not be there because that's gonna be 2 years from now. So shame on that. But hopefully he'll be in Queens.
Bro, it gets so hot in Vegas in the summertime. They need a dome.
So they need a dome.
But keep in mind, they're locking up all their young talent, right? They're trying to lock up Nick.
Yo,
they're locking them all down. So I mean,
need one more, right?
Future.
Who's the one more they need to lock down? There's one more.
Oh, the first baseman.
The first baseman, Kurtz, Nick
Kurtz. That's the guy that they're trying to lock down too. But keep in mind, the NBA is also expanding. They're thinking of coming to Vegas as well. There's a lot of money being flown into Vegas for obvious reasons, and so there's the business of the game. Vegas is kind of open. There's no state income tax, and correct me if I'm wrong. There's no state income tax there, and obviously it's a tax haven. Obviously with the casinos, and they're just trying to build up that area. Especially with all the casinos doing bad, they need to bring revenue into that place. So it looks promising, but we'll see. That the renderings look amazing. I do encourage the people to go out and look at some of the renderings of this. It looks incredible.
I mean, they're doing it at an interesting time. Besides the fact that, like Swift said, the renderings and everything that involves what Vegas brings to you. But again, them doing that with the expectations that their young guys are going to take a leap every year. I think the first step was locking them down. So now you're giving the A's, the fans of the A's that are coming from Oakland, to really be like, hey, look, not only are we coming to a brand new stadium for once, but we're actually coming to a product that we can, for a good portion, enjoy, because they're young, they're getting better every year, and hopefully that turns into winning baseball more, playoffs. So again, there's something to finally look forward to within that organization.
And one more thing about that, you're going to see a trend. We saw a trend of, like, what was it, 20, 30 years ago now that you think about it. That's so crazy. Like when Camden Yards started being built, the retro modern style of ballpark architecture. We're entering a new phase where teams want to build ballparks with districts around it, right? They want a Battery. They want a Metropolitan Park. Vegas is going to do that. They're building it on the site of the Tropicana, which is one of the, basically, I think it's the casino that the Tangiers was based off in Casino.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Like, which is fucking bugged out in real life. But they're basically going to try and do that on a much smaller scale of land. I think it's only like 7 or 8 acres. Edge, if you're watching, my brother, correct me. But yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see, because Citi Field certainly wasn't built in no 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Right? 3 years it took, some shit like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see when and how they get this done. I know there's a lot of upset Las Vegians about this shit because it's taxpayer money, and not a lot of those taxpayers watch ball out there, so stay tuned for that.
Word. Top, do we have a comment? I think we have a comment, right?
Yes, we actually have 2. We got
my guy Jay.
Jay,
What up, Jay?
Jay, what up?
Lynn.
Hello, kid.
Appreciate you coming through.
We got our sis Lynn. Well, real quick.
Halo Quay.
Hello,
Hey,
Kate.
hello. Hey, she did it correctly. That's the way she sounds.
Oh, look at Ricky. Shout out to Rick in the comments. He always believed in
Oh
Puerto
my
Rico.
God!
He always
Yeah,
believed
I'm
in
sure he
that.
did.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about
Number
Puerto
one
Rican.
team.
Yeah, you're number one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Rick,
sure.
I got you, Ribby.
Yeah, okay.
I got you.
Man, number one
All the
team.
Dominicans top 5, his top 7. Nah, we gotta
Right.
talk about that. We gotta throw him a little bit. OV, who's also in the live, but
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
My own comment
That's
blocking me out.
magic.
Crazy.
I can't even see him. Look,
Whatever
I can't see
happened
him.
there?
Whatever happened there?
Please.
Randy
Ooh.
was wrong.
Hashtag Randy.
Hashtag Randy was right from QueensBaseball, who might also be Randy. So we gotta talk about Randy was right though in a little
Randy might
bit.
have been right.
We got some WBC drama though, guys. Woo!
Yes.
We do. Oh
Two
my
dramas.
God.
Y'all want to talk about Tubi or you want to talk about Randy?
Which one? Because the first one, if we're talking about the first one, that Tubi, oh boy, I'm gonna get hot.
So the
Man.
I haven't gotten this frustrated, like in general in life, in so long. I couldn't see. First of all, I miss every single home run. Thank you, Tubi. Every single home run. Did I see most of the 5 innings here and there? Some of it, but all the home runs I miss, all the moments I miss. So I had the family next to me, all born in DR, by the way. I wasn't even born in DR. I'm second generation. They're first generation Dominicans trying to watch this game. My 2 daughters, my wife who's Dominican, trying to watch the game, and she's just on the phone. Oh, look, baby, look, hey, look at Marte. Hey, look, Juan Soto showing me shit. And I'm red. MLB, Fox, first of all, because you're the one promoting to, because that's one of your sub companies. You got to do better. Venezuela versus Dominican Republic is in prime time.
Come on, son.
No bullshit. Prime time.
Awful.
So I don't know who wants to go next because I was furious.
You know who you can blame for that, right?
Who? Please, I want to write
United
a nice
States for
letter.
losing to Italy and then forcing a must-watch game in terms of seeding. If U.S. is taking care of business, guess what's prime time? FS1, 8 p.m.
Hello.
Yeah, not even that. I know Jay Fern wants to go ether on them right now, but I do gotta say that they could have avoided the 2B situation by just putting them on FS2. And I know, and it's 100% because I do specifically remember before finding out that it was on Tubi that FS1 was playing a whole different thing that had nothing to do with baseball. So you have 2 important games that are going on, mind you. Your major outlets for this event, it's not Tubi. Tubi's a third outlet. Tubi is a backup just in case if Fox Sports isn't working or whatever, or if you have 3 games. You didn't have 3 games in that moment. You had 2 important games. You could have had them on Fox Sports on both of them. Instead, they made it harder for people. It doesn't matter if it's free. Nobody's going to go the extra mile to download an app when they already have those channels on their site ready to go.
You know what this reminds me of? Every year when we do the Final Four and we have to find out where Court TV is on your channel. You just like trying to find out. Like, am I even subscribed to this shit? Like, everybody was like, how do I get Tubi? I think everybody on our chat was trying to be like, yo, how do I get Tubi? And then we had to figure it out. But yeah, man, it was so frustrating. Yeah, Jay Fern is about to bubbling under the surface.
Here's the thing. I this is the most anticipated game in the pool play, right? So I know they had it on FS2 or FS1. I can't remember what it was. And then they changed it. So now you had pretty much all morning to get the bandwidth prepared because you know that there was going to be millions upon millions of fans who are going to be watching this game. And even just Dominicans and Venezuelans alone that was going to be over like 5 million. It's just, and then you got the other fans of WBC that want to watch this game. And you gonna sit there, and I was sitting there so frustrated. Try to turn the game on, the stupid thing was not working, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? I literally was just trying to refresh, and then I find out that Soto hit a home run. I am fuming. I took that controller and I fucking swung it. And I'm like, yo, this is bullshit. And I kept I've started rage tweeting. I think I've never done that. And yesterday, not yet, that wasn't yesterday, whatever it was, I was rage tweeting and I was going off because MLB, what are we doing? If you're gonna be putting these things, and that's my other thing too. I understand that Japan is like 1,800 hours away, but you have to play these games at a reasonable time. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So for whatever reason, I was able to watch at least a little bit of these games while I'm getting ready. But nobody else is watching them. And I know they're getting the views over in Japan and everything, but Jesus Christ, we want to watch it too. And because there was so many good games on there. Prime example, Czech Republic, that guy was pitching his last game for his team. He threw a gem of, I think it was 5 innings, bro, and he only gave up like 2 hits to Japan. The game was 0-0 to the 8th inning, and nobody was able to watch that. And of course, Japan won, and it didn't mean anything as per pool play, but no one got to see great baseball. And this is the whole point of the World Baseball Classic, to keep exposing other fans and great new fans to watch it. But at 5 o'clock in the morning, nobody's watching it. So that was my thing. I mean, listen, if you're gonna put it on Tubi or whatever the case it is, you need to make sure that you have enough bandwidth to put this game. It was terrible. Finally, I was able to download Fox One Sports and then watch it there. First of all, it was on 4K, which was awesome, and I didn't have to worry about it. But by then, it took me a while. It took me until Marte, when he hit the home run, to get back into the game because I was so mad.
Yeah, the Tubi scandal was nonsense, bro. We missed there's no way. I know. I get it. The fucking host country, the country that started the tournament, is the prime time one. But everybody and their mother who watches baseball knows that DR versus Venezuela, those are 2 actual powerhouses going head to head. Look at how the fans reacted. You go to Miami, you go to Doral and see all the little Venezuela over there. Everybody from uptown went to motherfucking Miami. That stadium was packed. The MLB knows what's up. I thought it was a risky gamble putting it on Tubi. I get it. You're trying to get viewership for your platform. Tubi has a lot of interesting content. It was a missed opportunity by them. It's a botch job by them. It's a Mark DeRosa job by them. Whoops. Done that shit. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it was. Outside of that, though, the actual game itself, riveting shit. This has been the best World Baseball Classic I've seen in a while, and there have been some really good ones, bro, since its inception. It's hard to believe that shit is 20 years now. Wow. But man, that game, I'm trying to take the Tubi shit out of it. What a great goddamn game, bro, between Venezuela and DR.
If you're trying to let your sport grow, you just don't put it on the second, third platform. You got Fox, you got Fox, FS1, FS2. Then you could even do it stream it live on Fox One. Tubi's what their 4th, 5th thing. Come on, you gotta do better, guys.
Yeah,
you gotta do better. And the fact that they didn't even, we got a comment. What was that? That's G Money Stacks.
Money Stacks. It's too many apps to watch baseball games. Not too many people have Tubi, Apple TV, and FS1. It's crazy. Yeah. I agree, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's nuts. And the crazy thing is, I had some Yankee fans in the comments talking about, like, I didn't even know this. Netflix is having their season opener. So now you got Netflix, you need Prime, you need Apple TV on random Friday nights, right? The first game of the freaking Subway series is on Apple TV. How many baseball fans in New York have Apple TV, right? I know Rube does because he makes all the money. Rube will be streaming it $2.99 just
Ricky,
so you guys know.
Ricky's the one streaming everything.
$2.99 in the Discord if you want. If you know.
But
you can change channels. I can change channels for you. So.
But it is becoming an issue, right? And it leads to a lot of the issues that I have with how baseball is kind of run. You have certain teams that have their own network, right? You have SNY, you have Yes Network for the Yankees, you have the Dodgers and their personal networks. But then the national sponsors, they're not going to do it unless they get a Mets Yankees, a Mets Braves game. They want a Mets, they want a, you know what I'm saying, like a Mets Phillies game on a Friday night,
Yeah.
and they know that's going to be interesting, riveting content. And so, like, the economics of baseball don't allow for like a lot of the pie, splitting to be easy. So now you've got to work with like 18 different streaming streaming subscriptions just to watch your team play a full 162, which is crazy to me. So I mean for the common baseball fan, you know that certain games you just will be priced out. Not even a blackout. It's going to be priced out of the fact that you can't even watch your team, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's the future of the game. The revenue sharing with the networks and all that, that's going by the wayside. Teams, like I said with the A's earlier a little bit, the teams are leaning more towards generating revenue by way of battery, generating revenue by way of an area designated to making money strictly for the organization. All these networks, all these channels, that unfortunately for us who don't all have access to fucking 6 different streaming services like Pope does, because
like Rick does, not Pope.
Which is the game, bro. It is what it is. That's the cost of being the boss, bro. But Tubi, that kind of was a little example of that.
Yeah, speaking about the rich guy.
Shout out to the stream. Shout out to the stream that was on Discord. A little delayed, but we made it happen. What's up, boys?
What up, man?
What up?
All right.
I'm ready to talk about my Puerto Rico team, bro. I'm ready.
Your Puerto Rico team. Your top 17
now it's your Puerto Rico team.
Okay.
Listen,
we'll talk about your fraudulent fandom in a little bit.
All I know is that our top 5 made it to the next round. I just want to say that.
Word.
Listen, y'all need to troll me more for having DR at 3 than leaving PR out of the top 5.
I'll let you have
I'm going to throw you for both.
We give you enough shit, so I think you will let that one slide.
We were all wrong about Italy. We didn't have them top 5, and look,
you're right about that.
But they were in PR, man. PR still made it 3-1. So, before we continue, though, Ricky, we have before we go to the controversy, you want to put back the MLB around the MLB?
Yeah.
The conversation you guys had about the streaming services, that's not gonna go away. But if you're gonna have these 17 streaming service and that one be free, make sure it works. MLB, Fox, especially for the WBC. This has been, if I'm not mistaken, the most ratings that a WBC has ever gotten. Come on, you gotta do better. So figure that shit out. But that wasn't the only drama that we had at WBC. We had some Randy versus Cal, and when you guys see, you got the clip ready for us, Ricky. Before you guys see,
give me a couple seconds.
Yeah, before you guys see this clip, most of us thought this was a troll because it happened 3 years ago with Will Smith, the same dude, same Randy Rosarena. Like that one was like whatever, and then of course you get the hashtag Randy Culture Wars. You get the Culture Wars about. Oh, that's because all the Americans are like so serious and the Spanish guys isn't. Like, screw that shit. It happened to the same player. Ridiculous. By 2 American catchers.
Yikes.
Let me know when you're ready, Ricky. So it's just crazy. So apparently this wasn't a troll. So let's see this real quick. Ouch. Yo, play that back and give me full screen. We're all over.
Go fuck yourself.
I honestly...
See, right there, I should have known it wasn't a troll. Because he went back and, man. That's
go what myself?
Play that back one more time.
Oh.
Just watch the way he just like. like,
The lean in.
Say something.
Yo, if this shit was like, I don't know, Will Smith and Tatis, understandable, same division. These are fucking teammates,
bro.
So it's like when you take it a little too far. And I know you don't have this one up. Maybe you can show that shit later, Rick. There's a Tatis and who's the Venezuela Contreras?
Yeah,
No, they
Contreras.
gave those mad
William.
love, and
William
it
Contreras.
can't be just a Spanish thing. It has to be a love for the game kind of thing. We're having fun too. It's like you don't gotta kill each other out there. It's still not the World Series. It's the WBC, which some of the players do take as serious as the World Series. I understand that. But come on, man. This is a different kind of. You're fucking teammates. So, Ricky, I don't know if you want to go first or that shit was crazy, man. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Look, right there.
man. Here you go. I was.
There you go. Look. Come on, son. Give me some of that love, baby.
Yeah. I thought it was corny, bro. I mean, there's nothing more to be said. Nothing additional to be said to that. I mean, listen, especially when it's your teammate, you know what I mean? Like it was just it was corny. I guess maybe they wanted to keep the tradition alive because Will Smith did it in the last WBC or whatever. I just, again, it's your teammate. Why create the extra drama? You're gonna have to be, you're gonna be. Ultimately, I think these guys are going to get along fine once they get into the season, but I'm not trying to make too much of a big deal about it. But we saw Randy Rosarena. I saw just before we got live, I guess he took a screenshot of the hug between DR and Venezuela, and they forgot the comment that he wrote, but he said this is like the love that these two countries have for each other. I mean, we battle between the lines, but it's all love. So, it was corny. That's all really I could say. I thought it was super corny.
Well, I have a counter argument. I don't think it was corny. Here's why. In the Olympics, Kobe Bryant versus Pau Gasol. They're teammates. They love each other, and they were. Jesus Christ. To this day, Pau Gasol still takes and visits Kobe's wife and the kids. It's just a competitive in them, man. And maybe and we as Latinos, we are very gracious and show love. And maybe at that point, he didn't want to show love. It's like, yo, I'm trying to play ball. We're trying to beat you. USA and Mexico have a rivalry. That was the first time that they won since I think it was like 2009. That the first time that the USA beat Mexico. So it's one of those things where I was like, I didn't have a problem with it. I don't know what the words were exchanged or whatever the case may be. I think they'll be fine. I think it was just in the heat of the competition. And that's what it was. I didn't have a problem with it. To me, it just goes back to the level of the way he competes. And he saw that we're not on the same team right now. I'm trying to beat you, and I'm trying to move on and trying to win this World Baseball Classic, and you're in my way. That's the same thing what Kobe Bryant did to Pau Gasol. He even elbowed him in the face. Like, it's just, some people take, they take the competitive to extreme. So for me, it wasn't. I don't think it was a big deal. I actually liked it. And I wish there was a little bit more of it. It kind of showed finally some fire in USA because they're just there.
Right. They've been a little milk toasty, right? They don't have like the swag of a DR or Venezuela PR. They don't fully commit to like the stoicism of like a Japan or a Korea. They don't have like the emotion of an Italy. They don't know what the fuck they are. That team has like a little bit of an identity crisis, right? So, do I think the shit was extremely corny? Fucking 1,000%, bro. Shake the motherfucker's hand. He's on your team. Throw a jab at him, verbal ones. Like, yo, gonna get you. Fuck, man. You're not even Mexican. Whatever. Say some shit. Talk some shit. But shake his hand. You know what I mean? That being said, on the other side of the spectrum, how you actually should be playing this tournament. Because on that side, cool. I like that every team has its little identity. I like that every team has its little. The U.S. is kind of finding itself, I feel. and that's okay. Like we don't know what the fuck that team's trying to be. We don't know. They don't even know what the fuck they're trying to be, right? But that DR Venezuela shit is cool, man. That's good to see for the game. You know, I'm big on just the best competition going at it, and that was prime fodder for that, bro. And they did not fail. You would never see some shit like that in a DR Venezuela game or like a DR PR or some shit like that. That shit is whack. Hence the ratings for either game. I don't know. It's not directly correlated, but I'm gonna say it is because it's my narrative. So that's that.
Yes.
I think you, no matter what team it is, you love to see the embrace before the game. However, I think Jay Friend I had the same point on Jay Friend in terms of the Kobe and Gasol thing. These guys, they've never even done that after Gasol went to a different team when he left the Lakers. Like this was strictly country representing a country. When you're representing your country, and that pride hits different than a regular season team. That pride hits different than the regular team that you're playing every year. So when you have that opportunity and you're trying to send a message and you're trying to show, listen, I'll talk to you off the field because you're my teammate. Right now, I'm mentally focused. I'm trying to send a message to my team. And it's like Jay Fern said, Kobe told his guys, yo, I got him. I'm going to send a message. And he ran through his chest. And everybody else followed behind him and was like, yo, we're not losing this game. So it could be the same message in terms of like, yo, you're my teammate. But at the same time, we're not on the same teams. And I'm trying to do this for my country. I'm playing with a different pride than I normally play on a daily basis for the team that we're on. And it's very different compared to the team that you're seeing almost every day. So I gotta agree with Jay Friend on this one. That pride playing for your country and on a different scale is a little bit different.
I know how I would have reacted. I'd have been pissed, right? I would have reacted the same way that Randy Rosarena reacted because I'm just like, yo, we know each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a stranger to you. Like like what's up? And then it felt like, why is Cal acting different? He's acting a little out of pocket there. On the other end of the spectrum, you've got, there's this thing called there's this way of acting where people do method acting, and sometimes when you're acting with people, they might not be on that same train. So these guys stay in their roles even when the director yells cut. So you might be playing like Jared Leto during Suicide Squad. He's a notorious method actor. He stayed as the Joker, and he would send like really crazy presents, like used like dead animals to his co-stars because he wanted to remain in the mindset of the Joker, like the Joker. Okay. And that might like piss off your co-stars. And so like, not saying that Cal Raleigh was in kind of like method acting role, but he might be the type of guy that, yo, when the umpire says play ball, that's where my head is at. I'm not trying to fuck with you. You're on the other team. You're not on my team. That's it. You have to respect both people's ability to coexist and to figure out how they want to play the game. So at the same time, you saw yesterday when Arise went to third base. Him and Machado, they were hugging on third base during the game. While the game was going on, they were hugging at third base. People might find that upsetting. But again, that's how they roll. Like you can't dictate to Cal Raleigh how to behave or act during a game. That's all I'll say. And yeah, it is. It might be the fact that Randy Rosarino, that's how he plays the game. He's like, yo, I just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? That you see guys who just want to have fun and have a good time out there. Dominican Republic team having a lot of fun in this tournament, right? You're gonna see that, right? And so that comes off in the way that they play. So I think it's really cool, and of course that started I think in 09 or 13 when DR beat Puerto Rico. My bad, Rick. DR beat Puerto Rico, and what did Yachty do? Yachty brought the whole team out and made them shake hands with them on the field right after the game. That was a whole different. That hasn't happened since, right? That hasn't happened since in the contest. So, I mean, again, it's just how the different teams or different players just kind of vibe.
It's tough, man. Like, look, it was a bigger deal that the GM had to put them on a phone, make sure they're good. They both said they're good after. The fact that they had to even explain themselves, man, I was hoping it was a troll, man. And I thought it was gonna be funny, like, oh, they're doing the same shit they did 3 years ago. It wasn't. So yeah, no, I understand the competition of it, Jay Fern, but damn, that's gonna be an awkward locker room, man. That's national TV, and you embarrass your teammate, regardless of he's being in the other team. And remember, that was one game. They got 162.
You know what? You know what cures that though? Winning.
Yeah, and hey, that's the Pope's Mariners. So remember, my Mariners League team. So Pope Mariners.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man, you never know. Hey, man, it's Pope Mariners. So uncomfortable conversations for sure. Jay, I'm gonna be on Citi Field on Sunday, the 29th, against the Pirates. It's been 10 plus years, haven't been a live game. Wow, really, Jay? That's fire. We gotta make sure.
Damn, I was gonna say, pull up to the tailgate, bro.
What up, bro?
Hey, pull up, man. Pull up. Make sure you do.
Sundays is tough for me. I'll try, brother. I'll try. Patty, Italy. Hey, whoa.
That was my sleeper team, Patty. That was my sleeper team.
What happened there?
Yo, were all y'all shocked as me that there were that many major leaguers on that team? I was like, wait, I know that guy. Wait, I know that guy.
You know,
I know that guy. I know
Swift. Last week when we were prepping, I guess, for the show, I looked at the roster because I was just curious. I'm like, I know they have some play. I know Jack Caglione was playing because he was in between Puerto Rico or Italy. And I looked at the roster. I'm like, Aaron Nola. I'm like, okay, again, Michael Lorenz did not, it's nothing crazy. But then I looked at the lineup. I was like, this is a good line. Kyle Teal, who looks like I don't know, was it a hamstring injury it looked like it was a hamstring injury. I'm not sure what the diagnosis was.
He's out 4 to 6 weeks. They reported it.
Dude, that lineup is I came to realize probably like a few days before the WBC. Well, more than that, maybe like 3 or 4 days before the WBC. I'm like, damn, this is a pretty decent lineup. So
by the way, shout out Vinny Pasquantino.
Yes.
When is he become a free agent?
That's Ovi's boy.
Noted Jet fan. By the way, New York ties. I don't know how he became a Jet fan, but
that's right. I've been told y'all about Vinny Pasquantino, bro. Been told y'all.
Yeah,
Ovi was on it. Ovi was right. Hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay says, I love how PR is winning the games without their big bats, not playing because of the stupid insurance. And I've been telling this guy right here.
This guy right here. Right there.
Listen, man.
Guy, top 5 team.
Word.
Ricky, what do you have to say for yourself, sir?
So if you go back to last week, I did expect
watch
Puerto
the
Rico
show.
to get out of
Watch live.
Watch the show if you want to go back and you could clip this or whatever. I did expect Puerto Rico to get out of pool play because they've always gone out of pool play. Puerto Rico, I think, is the first team ever.
No need to brag about it.
Sorry, I have to. I don't expect to be in the tournament much longer, so I got to brag a little bit. Sorry, but I'm gonna keep the negative vibes just so I can keep the karma going. But anyways,
Ricky's Rican,
bro, I expected them to get out of pool play because they always get out of pool play. So now it's gonna get tough. Do I like Italy's good, and I think they have a better roster and better team than Puerto Rico. To be honest with you, when you match them names by names, but do I like that matchup better than I would a US or a DR? Yeah, I'll take that matchup. So. I mean, we'll see what happens. I like the way they're playing. I mean, they play good baseball. We talked about this last week. Small ball, a lot of small ball. But their bats haven't really been doing much, especially the top 2 guys were and Heliot Ramos specifically hasn't been doing. But the back end of that bullpen, me and Top were talking before we went live. The back of that bullpen is pretty good. You got Fernando Cruz and Edwin Diaz. If you go into late innings with a lead, Puerto Rico has a really, really good bullpen. So
Edwin
see
who?
What happens. Yeah, no, bro. That was weird feelings, like watching him pitch for Puerto Rico and then having the trumpets come out. Like it was weird for me. But
I'm not gonna lie, I cheered for him, man.
Ugh.
I tried. I just
It's hard, man. Awesome.
It's a painful, bro.
We got Stan. He says Arozarena was truly shocked. That was much obvious. Riley treated him like he was from Iran or some shit.
No politics, man. No politics, please.
Drama. Yes, Danny Owens.
Daddy knows.
The shot of Rosarena, bro.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But,
right.
Are we? I guess if we were to redo our top 5, I know we don't have the graphic on this. We're gonna have to probably put Italy in the top 5, right? Like,
Yeah,
they ranked up.
does-
Yeah,
I would.
they ranked
who
up.
gets bumped? Is it PR, which Ricky will love, or is it
Mhm.
Venezuela? I don't know if I could do that.
You had Mexico in the top 5.
I didn't have Mexico.
I had me and Top had Mexico in our top 5. Yeah.
Well, they got bumped, so they're definitely not in the top 5.
Yeah, so I would probably, I think so. For me, I would put DR at 1. So I had Japan at 1, US 2, DR 3.
That was crazy, by the way.
Yeah, Venezuela
Nasty
4,
work.
and then I had Mexico 5. So I would shuffle it a little bit. I would put DR 1. I'd keep US at 2. Japan 3, Venezuela 4, which you could flip flop, and I would throw Italy in my 5. That would be my updated top 5, so to speak.
I would swap. Well, I had the United States first. I still think they could be first, but let's come on with the way DR is playing. Jesus Christ, man, it's pretty ridiculous. They got to be 1. US 2. Hey, Platano power right there. Pause. D3 Japan. So I guess 3 stays the same for me. It's tough, man. I want to put Venezuela 4 and a key PR top 5, but Italy's too good. I'm gonna have to leapfrog and put Italy 4 and then Venezuela 5. But if look, and there's nothing that Puerto Rico did bad. It's just that Italy just, man, you got to give it up to
Their
them,
asses
man.
off, bro.
They took that spot.
Yeah, they playing, man.
And they're
Yeah,
not.
espresso shots, son. Cafecito.
Yeah,
All 6 of those teams made it, by the way. So
And they're not scoring 4 runs a game. They're hitting bombs, bro.
No.
8,
They're
9
blowing
runs a
yeah,
game.
they're
This is
blowing
not a.
They have their, so obviously Mexico has the most home runs in the WBC for that one time. So DR is 1 behind them, but Italy is 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, Italy is like 2 behind Mexico's all things. So it's literally Mexico, then it's DR, and then Italy. Like you said, Swift, man, they're scoring runs, and they're just drinking the espresso. I don't know. To me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Sasquatch had any sleep after that, because there's no way you take 3 espresso shots and you're ready to go to bed.
Yeah,
he was amped up, right?
he's ready to come to the Mets. That's right.
Man.
You guys want to see the roster real quick? Italy, you want to take a quick peek at that real quick?
Yeah, we didn't do that last week.
Yeah, let's look at that. We didn't even. Let me pull it up for you guys.
Yeah, we got to show them some love.
Yeah, it's a good
By the
roster,
way,
man.
who is that? Sasquatch and I think Bobby Witt stayed together at spring training. I saw a story, and apparently they call it the Witz Carlton. And they drive together to spring training. They stay around. Mind you, these are multimillionaire people. So
yep.
Yeah, man, like Pope.
No, not like Pope at all.
Yeah,
Speaking
man.
of Pope, look at Pope, your boy. This is
That's how you know.
Look at your guy. Where was he? I just saw him. One of your favorite Mets of all time. Where is he? Where's Adam Ottavino? I just saw him.
Oh, he's there.
Okay.
Out of Snitcho.
When you get an opportunity, if you can put up Tank's comment. So, and I don't know if you guys know this, but in QueensBaseball, we have a lot of rich guys. Yes. So he says, I am going to the Italy versus PR game.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, but that's in his neck of the woods.
Yeah, still, man.
Yeah. He also owns a suite in the.
Oh wait, we got to put this one up for Tank.
I wish my King Pete Alonso was there.
Everybody's neither talent.
That's a P. He's a guy I root for. Edwin Diaz, not so much.
Yeah, I'm absolutely rooting for Pete, bro.
Yeah, well,
especially in the AL East, and we could possibly troll our Yankee friends. Why not? Of course, I'm going to be rooting for Pete.
This is not cool. You see what you guys say? Go. Okay, you got a Tank. The Pope is carried everywhere, like
yeah.
Pause. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Any mention of Diddy use that's an automatic pause.
It's an automatic pause, but
no Diddy pause. Yeah. Go to Patty's thing.
He said, Pope, we having a filet mignon on.
Oh damn.
Oh, opening
Jesus
day.
Christ.
Opening day. That's crazy. See, now that we were talking about
hanging
money,
out with Patty at a hanging out with Patty at a Mets game is the best.
Yeah,
So
I
shout
just
out to him.
want to put it out there. Patty had me and Pope sitting behind the dugout in a Met game, so that should tell you level of richness.
But Patty just increasing the budget for no reason. Just
Griselda Blanco over there.
way up for no reason.
It was gonna be.
That's a flex, Patty.
It was gonna
go
be
to
just
Diablita. She had a funny one.
beer and pastelitos. Not talking about filet mignon.
Shit.
Don't talk about Rube's boy like that, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my
Who's that?
God.
Yeah, that was my former king. By the way, Pope has no more kings in bullpen. That's it. I'm just giving it away. I like Richards, but I have no more kings. I don't want to jinx them.
It was
Patty
funny.
said
Like,
she loved. Well, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was saying every single time that they read, they were like, okay, Jacob Marcy. I was like, Jacob Marcy, and yeah, you just had that doesn't sound. But you know, Jacob Marcy, of course, he plays for the Marlins and hated Marlins, and I was like, damn, they got a lot of really good play. And I was like, man, I know this guy. Like, how did they put together this stacked ass roster? I'm like, god damn. I was like really impressed by this.
The word around because Pasquantino did an interview and he was saying that they credit him for getting the roster together. So
wow,
future Met first baseman. That's what I'm hearing, Jay.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm hearing from you. Okay,
you recruited a lot of players there.
Yeah, man, they got a good squad.
Yeah.
So Stan says that Raleigh in 2026. 223 and 29 home runs. LOL. Yeah, bro. Riley's one of the best players. We're not gonna do that. Riley's one of the best players. He's not 223, brother. Nah, come on.
Riley might hit 230, but he'll hit 40 home runs, brother.
I mean,
he'll catch 140 games. He'll catch.
I need Stans Acuna Jr. numbers ASAP. So
word up. 250, 40 bombs minimum for Riley. I'll call it. Now he's one of the best players. If we actually had this conversation, I think we're going to continue the conversation we had in Discord next week. We were talking about superstars, and man, if he has one more year, that might be a conversation. So Raleigh is better than what you think, Stan, sir.
Yeah,
he's not judged though. But I know you love judge. Nobody's judged. The only one that's close is Ohtani offensively, and no one's when it comes to player. No one's closer to Ohtani. So we're talking about a different kind of thing. Raleigh's is definitely up there. Can we go to our Pobo?
Super duper stars.
Yes. Well, so that's it for NBA. I do have super duper stars and stars. I don't know if we're gonna do that for MLB. We gotta talk about that more.
The S tier.
It might be. We might have to do it because the top two guys are super duper stars.
Yeah, and then them one and everybody else.
Look. A little I guess a little preview for next week. Lindor, is he a superstar? We'll see. We're gonna have a nice debate about that. But Rick, when you're ready, man, let's play a little bit just one part of the David Stearns presser where we talked about Mr. Wolverine himself almost being ready for opening day, which is ridiculous.
That's that mofongo power.
Yes, sir.
You remain as optimistic as previously about Lindor being ready for opening day?
Yes. All indications we have is this is going as planned, and we would expect we have a similar level of optimism that he'll be ready for opening day.
Will he be able to play in any spring training games, you think, before?
Sure. Yeah. That would be a prerequisite. We wouldn't have his first competition be opening day. We would ensure they're at bats.
Do you think like in the Grapefruit League, or would it be maybe minor league?
I would expect Grapefruit League, but we haven't mapped this out yet.
If only Ricky liked the Puerto Rican team more, man. He would enjoy Lindor as much as we do. It's crazy. That boy's good. I mean, look, we talked about it before. We expected him to be playing. He's gonna do everything he can for the folks, most of us here that can make it to opening day. We're gonna see our starting shortstop star playing for our favorite team. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here doubted that Lindor was gonna do everything in his power to play. I think I know a lot of us, and a couple weeks ago when we touched on this discussion was like, hey, maybe cold weather, give him some time, but that's easier said than done. This guy's a warrior. He's gonna want to play. Um, how many at bats does he get? I guess we'll see. I don't know if they've mentioned when he's expected to play, but maybe sometime next week. I mean, what are we down to 2 weeks of 2 weeks into opening day? So I'm not surprised. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised with him. Let's see how he performs. I think that's the other part of this. Is it going to affect him early in the year? We know he's a slow starter. We'll see. But as far as him playing opening day, as long as there was any setbacks, I knew he was gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I never was. Hammy bones aren't the biggest deal. And Lindor's the man, bro. He's Wolverine. He's Boricua Wolverine, bro. I've been saying that. He's gonna be fine. If he gets off to a slow start, it's par for the course, more than anything, right? I'm not gonna freak out. Once it starts warming up, I know my man's gonna put up another 30-30 season with leadership and cool New Balances. So I ain't worried. I'm really not. He's the man, son. This is why he's the unofficial wink wink captain, bro. He's gonna do his thing. Whatever PRP he's taking, keep doing it, B.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, bro. Like for me, I wasn't worried. Like I kept saying it, he's gonna play, and I feel like he's taking it a lot slower than our good friend over in Arizona, Mr. Corbin Carroll, who is already hitting off batting practice. So in a sense, Lindor had the surgery first, but he's behind Corbin Carroll, who had the surgery after him, and he's progressing faster. Yet he's younger, but still, it's one of those things. Like I said before, that surgery is not really like something that is gonna be crazy. For me, I knew he was gonna come to get ready and do what he had to do in order to be ready for opening day, and he's gonna start batting practice here soon, and he's gonna be ready, and we're gonna see Lindor playing shortstop on 27th of March. Is that 27?
26?
26?
26, yeah.
Against Paul Skeens.
On Peacock, by the way. On Peacock.
Brother.
Shout out to G Money that did drop that little bit of info. I didn't even know that, by the way.
It's on Peacock.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. I know.
You kidding me, bro.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Yo, Jay Friend, you're on your own on that one, bro. We're going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's diabolical.
That's nasty work.
You guys,
shout out to G Money, man. That put it in the comments. I was like, I had to double check that, man. I was like, so shout out.
They want us to pay for like $250 worth of like subscription
streaming services.
Yeah,
it's going to be on NBC too, so I guess it's going to be on Peacock and NBC. I know NBC's doing baseball this year, right? They have the baseball back.
NBC opening Mets actually the Mets opening day game is going to be on NBC and SNY. Then you have Apple TV. Then you have Peacock. But let's not also forget that this is the first year that Netflix is baseball games as well.
Yeah. So the Yankees, right? Yankees opening day.
Yankees opening day. Yeah.
Do we have ESPN games this year, or is that it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
it's flipped, right? That's what it's wrapping
They
up.
have the ESPN rights to they have the MLB situation going on with them, but they don't have the Sunday night.
They lost Sunday night baseball to.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that sucks, bro.
They lost it to NBC Peacock.
Yikes.
And then Friday nights are with Apple TV, right? The national game. Remember, the national game that they're doing is on. It's similar to the NBA, where it's like, okay, Monday nights you got to go to Peacock. Saturday, Fridays, and Thursdays or Wednesdays are on ESPN, right? So it's a couple of networks, but
shit is goofy.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking at it now. I think ESPN, it says here they're going to broadcast 30 national games. Sunday, like no Sunday night games. It'll probably be like during the week and spring training games. So I think they have a couple.
National treasure, that damn Sunday night game, bro.
I'm excited for NBC. They've been doing a good job with the NBA, so I'm excited to see what they do for baseball.
I think Bob Costas is going to be back in like a studio role. I don't think he's going to be calling games. because that went so well last year. But
No,
but they're gonna have who's that? Jason Benetti. If you guys are familiar with him, he actually former Mets minor league play-by-play guy. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. And they're gonna have a couple of other broadcasters, but it should be fun, man. But yeah, like too many streaming sources right now with baseball, and it's just getting to the point where it's like, where like we do want to watch that first game, and obviously just bringing it back to Lindor and it's incredible. Like I was the team mom in this whole group saying like, nah, baby, you should just rest for a few more days, man. Like that was me a couple of weeks ago right here on the live saying
you were talking about Jackie Robinson Day, bringing him back.
Man, I would say I was picking that day, just being like, yeah, maybe we should just take it easy. But like somebody noted, he had batting practice on Tuesday with both hands, so he was actually in batting practice. So he is right online, and again, it's a source of pride. You can imagine we've seen so many videos of him reacting to the PR games and how hyped he is. You gotta know it is killing him that he is not out there with his brothers. You know what I'm saying? And he's at home with the kids, and he's like, God damn, I should be on a baseball field somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Partying with my guys. And so like I love that. And it's probably so motivating for him to go back out there and to be like feel that like level of competition. I know. And so for me, I'm okay with that because I see how hyped he is just watching his team play in PR. The fact that he's putting in all that work down at Port St. Lucie to get back at open, it's a source of pride for him to be there to play 150 games. You think about, this is a team that had 3 regulars play 160 games. That doesn't happen in baseball anymore, ladies and gentlemen. That does not happen. And so even with all the things that we know about modern medicine, we are privileged to have had guys. So I respect the hell out of it. I'm back on board. I'm back with the team. Let's go. Lindor, opening day. I'm sorry, my opening day king Vidal Brujan. I'm gonna have to let go. Now I'm gonna be on the team, brother. So, like, thank you for holding down the spot for now.
Sorry, Brujan.
But my man, the Puerto Rican God has to come back and reclaim his throne in Queens. I love it.
Is he a superstar? More on that next week. But Top has some comments, and then we gotta talk about the tribal thief after that.
Brother in Christ.
Absolutely. Well, I want to start off by this question right here. Ovi, it was to you, but I think this could be a good question to the room. Ovi, if you want to start off.
It turns too optimistic.
I mentioned it before. No, he's being realistic, not optimistic. I thank you for that comment, by the way.
This is about Lindor, right, Ovi?
It's about Lindor. I mentioned it last time I was on about the hammock bone, how that operation kind of works. It's minimally invasive. I mentioned before, it goes through here. It's a lot of anatomy nonsense, but basically go between the metatarsals, that's the bone between the hand, blah, blah, blah. And you're done. You're good to go in like 4 to 6 weeks, really and truly. Like, you can start holding pencils and ripping stress balls, in a week and a half. They have you doing PT. 2 weeks time, depending on whatever else they have you doing, and how gangster your PT is, and how much money you have, Francisco Lindor, you can be back pretty quickly. So no, he's not too optimistic. I think he was always kind of like bound to be on track for opening day. So yeah, he'll be all right.
I don't think he would talk about it. Really, he wouldn't even. Yeah. I don't think it would have been brought up. I think he's mentioned it a few times. And Lindor, I think he got surgery on February 11th, so I'm not sure exactly. I think we're obviously right at the 1 month mark, but I don't think he would have said it if he doesn't believe it to be true. So just knock on wood, there's no setbacks up to this point. But I don't think he's too optimistic right now.
So I just want to say thanks to G Money Stacks. He's clarified that opening day is on Thursday, the 26th. Starts at 1:10 on NBC4 and Peacock. Yay!
Not on SNY until Saturday.
Shout out to the antenna. If you got an antenna, you can watch opening day, baby. Let's go.
For real.
How
Top,
many
can you give
people we
me
got on the live?
give me Stan's comment
got-
about
right now,
Angel Acuna?
Before I get to
Jesus.
that, to answer Jay Friend's thing, we got 90 people on the live, so appreciate the 90 people.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man.
Big up all
Appreciate
y'all.
y'all.
Miss your time, man. Without y'all, it wouldn't be possible. Dan had a couple comments here.
gosh.
Just for Luis Angel Acuna 280-ish.
I got you. I got it right here.
Okay. So,
We're gonna talk about this.
okay.
Really?
Stan, I love you, brother.
You guys are-
And I'm posting this so we could go back to this and make fun of you in a year or so, or whenever this happens. 280-ish, 17 to 20 bombs,
Wow. Oh my God.
80-ish RBI, 40 plus stolen bases, and a Gold Glove.
And a goal.
We just traded away a damn fucking Hall of Famer. Okay.
So we know that Stan's last name now is Acuna. We know that he's
bro.
a family member because
What
ain't no
the hell?
way you actually. Stan, this is recorded, brother. This is gonna be on the internet,
And
brother.
we made sure we put it out there. And
Stan
that's what we
Acuna
told
from
my
I
brother.
love it. I love
Oh my
it,
God.
but man,
This
Stan,
little key
break
thing,
down, brother.
this little key thing to point out. If you look at Stan's name, right? Stan from West Point 2024. That is the last major highlight for Luis Angel Acuna as a New York Met. So there might be a situation where he's living in the past.
Disrespect, Luis Angel. What are you doing?
I had to. It's just I had to. I saw it there, and
Oh, Diablita was wrong. Oh,
Yeah, Lita trolling, bro.
I know you're
All
trying.
right, so let's get to the bad stuff. All right, play me
Let's
the greatest post game fucking interview of this man's life, of where he's explaining why his fastball went from 94 all the way down to 86 and a half.
As the game went on, definitely improved on some things, and overall felt healthy, mechanics wise felt good. So it was good outing.
What did you feel you improved on as the game went?
Pitches, I thought that my changeup got a lot better as the game went on. I threw some good sweepers, but it was kind of iffy. But fastball location, I thought fastball up especially was really good today.
What do you make of the velocity situation right now?
It is what it is. I feel healthy. I feel good. So to me, I'm not concerned about anything.
Do you know why? Because we've seen you in spring in the past be more than this even at this time of year. So 89, 90. I mean, do you have an idea in your head as to why that's the case right now?
I think it just get more reps. I mean, other than that, I don't have any explanation.
Do you think that'll jump up a bit with the adrenaline of the season and such, or is that something you need to work to get higher?
Yeah, I definitely think adrenaline will definitely play a role. Once season starts and get under City Field and all that stuff. So not worried about it.
Where do you want it to be?
Around 92, 93. Yeah, so not a crazy amount, but just a little bit better.
How did it feel to finally get out there in a game, Luis?
¿Cómo se sintió para poder jugar el primer juego?
All right, you can take that.
Me siento bien contento de llegar.
Yeah, so
92.
okay, that was awkward. First of all, it was super awkward. The fact that he said, "I feel okay," you feel good, but you don't look good, and it goes back to the conversation. I'll lead with this, and you guys could cook after this. Like, David Stearns has gotten a lot of positivity at this offseason. Man, he has a good team. This is gonna be a good team, and it has the potential to be even better than that. I say 89 and a half, but could get to the early 90s. But that's still good. Like, that's not nothing to sneeze at, and it could be better than that. But man, my brother, did you make a mistake? The sins of 2025 does not end, because it wasn't just the tribal thief; it was Frankie Smokes. Like that, these things have to be talked about. $42 million for these two guys for 2 years, plus you got a third year at 25 for the tribal thief, where who keep robbing us in 2027 if there even is a season. So this is no good, kid. Like this, you're not pitching well. You don't look. It doesn't even look competitive. I had a comment a couple of weeks ago. Oh, we got Tank. Manaea is throwing fastballs with Nemo's arm.
That's perfect, bro. That's perfect. Next segment. That's how you. That's transition right there. That shit.
Manaea's a bum.
Oh my god, man!
Was that a voice? You hear that?
Did we hear voice? Hold on. Who was that?
What's that?
That was me. I said that. Anyway.
Okay.
Manaea's a bum.
Oh, was that? Who is that? Is that?
Is that X-Files?
Is that X-Files?
That's
Is
you
or
know,
a former, still
Alex Jones.
a
Alex Jones.
co-host of Queens Baseball Live, but I won't say the name.
Alex Jones.
If you know, you know. If you
Yeah.
know, you know. World Series back off, guys, because this is scary. No, this is scary shit because it's like we were talking about the bullpen. Another thing we're gonna talk about next week, the bullpen. So, Ricky, make sure you write that down. That's what we're paying you for. That's kidding. We're not paying you at all, and we can't. We don't have any money. So, the bullpen, like we're very excited about. There's like 3 guys that we are not even in that 7 list. But Sean Manaea is a fucking problem. See, we talked about Mark Vantos. Yes, we understand it. For all those haters that would criticize about all of our Mark Vantos takes, so far you guys are right. But we can admit when we're wrong. So far, I mean, the season started. Nicaragua, they didn't look good. Spring training, they didn't look good. Let's see what he does after because Mark Vantos is gonna be back tomorrow, whenever the hell he's back. Nicaragua is bumped, right? The point is, what are you gonna do, Mark Vantos? You could either put him in the bench, put him in DH, or trade him. What are you gonna do with Sean Manaea, who makes actual real money? What do you do with that guy? So that's the shit I'm scared. I know it's only his second start, but man, give me 2-3 innings with 1 run, man. It's scary. It's scary.
He's looking rough, bro. I predicted this shit last time, not last time, in the offseason when we were making our like mock lineups and mock rotations. I left Sean Manaea out, and I remember Jay Fern asking me, where the fuck is Manaea? And I said that this for the first time. I said, Sean Manaea is going to get elbow surgery at some point in the season, and he's going to waste the goddamn season for himself. He's going to waste payroll for the Mets. He's going to waste a spot in the rotation. He's going to lose a few games for us. It's not going to be pretty. Yo, if he doesn't get this shit ramped up and fixed, if the pitching lab doesn't do its thing, and he doesn't cooperate willingly or unwillingly, whatever it is that he needs to get done, whatever adjustments he needs to get done, doesn't get done, we got a problem. We got a Sean Manaea $25 million size problem, bro, that we could have paid Edwin Diaz with or Severino with, now that I think about it. But it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Yo, Sean Manaea ain't it, okay? Bigger problem to me than Mark Vientos, because I feel like you can, as much as I hate doing this, but like you can do the merry-go-round with the DH position. You can't have a $25 million cat just clogging up a spot in the rotation. It's unfair to the other cats, bro. I don't know. It's not looking good for him, bro. No good kid. And I'm happy it's still the World Baseball Classic. Do you mention that?
Yeah, it's basically a situation of what is David Stearns gonna do now. I can't hold him accountable for anything in terms of the past, in terms of offering him the money, because at the end of the day, I remember everybody basically saying like, yo, he deserved that money because of what he did in 2024. Things happen and he hasn't shown up. So now it's basically on Stearns to be like, listen, I can't. It's like he said, we're paying you $25 million. I can't have you stinking up my rotation when my rotation needs to be the main piece of this team's success. So, just like he was ready to get rid of Frankie Montas and a lot of other players that didn't need to be here right away. Sean Manaea, even though he is a veteran, sometimes just because you're a veteran doesn't mean you're cutting it in a young man's league. And right now he's showing that. So you have to be able to make those hard decisions and have those conversations with him. And if he doesn't adjust, he doesn't, he talked about, they asked him, where do you expect your velocity to be at? He said 92, 93. I looked away. That's disgusting. In a league where they're touching 97 on a regular basis, you expect your fastball to be at 92, 93. It's not going to cut it, especially when you're pitching on number 4, number 5 in the rotation. Like I said, it doesn't matter where you're pitching in the rotation. They're touching 97 on a regular basis. So you expecting it to be 92, 93, I'm hoping that you're expecting it to at least get there and then it'll elevate within time. Because if that's where your maximum is at, you should not be in this rotation. You should either be in the bullpen or be holding the "oh my god" sign like Luis Severino when he wasn't pitching. So I don't know. That's a tough one, but it's sad to see.
Yeah, I mean, like Ovi said, we got a $22 million problem or whatever the hell he's getting paid. Right? $25 million problem, because that man is not worth to be in the rotation. I'm sorry. When your fastball is hitting 88 to 89, and you said you feel good, bro. You starting to worry me, man. And I said it in the chat. I was like, look, if this keeps going downhill, I think David Stearns just has to eat the money and DFA him. I'm sorry. I know that we paid 25 million and blah blah blah, but you can see that Stearns has guys that are willing to are going to come up and are going to give us production and are not going to be throwing 88 to 90. Okay. 88 to 89. I was so confused. If a fastball and like he should have just got the surgery. Lindor did the same procedure in the off season, and he's ready to go. I don't understand. It's like you're risking yourself of getting hurt, and then your year is over. It's terrible.
It's not good, Ricky. Now you have to put it back. So, congratulations to my man Alvy. My God, I'm married, baby.
Yo, pick up yourself, bro.
That boy good,
brother.
MVP.
I didn't want. I appreciate you doing that because I didn't want. I didn't want people watching it live think it was like a random picture that just popped up on the screen.
Ricky's wedding picture.
I asked producer Rick, who makes the big bucks, to please post the Alvy getting married, and obviously that he did good, kid. He did really good. So that's all I gotta say. He has a baby with the missus too. So congratulations. A lot of Mets have like legit families. Like you can even say Soto doesn't have any kids, but he's like a family oriented dude. Like a lot of family oriented dudes in the Mets. So we love that shit. I guess that's why we're signing the right kind of players, and
Go get your OnlyFans girls, bro. Have fun, man. Have a good
let
time.
me hear your comments about Sean Manaea. Who was next?
I'll go real quick. Yeah, I'll be super quick. Like, I'm not gonna crash out. Obviously, I don't think any of us are. I'm concerned because of his injury history, especially at the end of 2024, where he looked great, but we know he broke down towards the end there. And then he had this whole loose body situation that he didn't get surgery on this past offseason. So I'm like, again, I don't want to jump to conclusions. I want to give him time to, to get his, get some throwing in, you play, pitch in a couple more games, 1 or 2 games, whatever his schedule is, and then see where he is at that point. I'm not confident about Sean Manaea. I think whatever he gives us is a plus. It is a lot of money to have on the books, but we also have depth at that position with some of our young players. So if he's bad, he's not going to pitch. And how they work that out, I mean, they got to figure it out. But if he's costing this team games, again, I'm not ready to go there yet. But if he is, we got dogs that are ready to come up. And I don't think, given what this team went through last year, I don't think David Stearns is going to hesitate this time to bring one of these kids up if they need that shot in the arm, or obviously injury, or if one of these guys aren't performing to their capability. So I guess we'll see. I'm not going to go crazy yet, but it is a little concerning.
A couple of weeks ago on this live, we talked about, the Mets have a 6-man rotation. Well, we might have 5.5. I think, Sean Manaea in his, when he was good, he was topping out at 94 in 2024. So 92, 93, yeah, it feels right for who Sean Manaea is. Last year, he struggled because I think he felt like his release point was a little too high, so it caused a lot of the wildness in a lot of his delivery. There was a little bit of like talk on Twitter that he should have gotten the surgery and he made a mistake. And I think ultimately only he knows his body, right? We just talked about how Lindor is this warrior and this champion, and he always wants to play, and he'll do whatever he needs to do to make sure that he's out there to play. I mean, you have to also give it to Manaea. Now, Manaea makes $25 million. He has the reputation as being a really good clubhouse glue guy, right? Like People love him in that clubhouse. That's not going to keep him on that team if he struggles that first month or two. Because I think all of the signs point to a guy that has lost velocity, that didn't have enough velocity to lose in the first place, right? I mean, you go down from 92, 93, just like Top said, man, we're living in a world where the average major leaguer throws 96, 97, right? And I was joking in the Discord earlier that we're looking at a Jamie Moyer type situation, unless my man is throwing junk at like a 42, 43-year-old, like Dick Mountain, pause. Like you really have to be able to spin that baseball. And if he's not able to do that, what is his value? And is he a negative asset to this team? And it seems like he is. And Rick was right. There's a lot of dogs that are in AAA that are waiting to take that spot. Christian Scott, just off the top, he's a guy that's been aching. He's heard about all the other guys that just leapfrogged him right while he was out. I'm sure he's aching to come out. He's been looking good in spring training. So I think Manaea understands the task. I think he's going to be the type of player to be like, well, you know, and keep in mind, Stearns is not going to hesitate to drop him. By the way, money is not going to be a factor in this decision if he is just not going to be competitive, because that's the bottom line. This is a roster that is going to compete this year, that has to compete this year. And I think if Manaea can't figure it out in that first month or 2 months, he could be a roster casualty pretty early, given the fact that we have a lot of other guys in the minor leagues. Again, he's not the only guy on that rotation that has a couple of question marks. We'll see how, as the season goes on, how it goes. But man, I'd love for Manaea to figure it out, but it doesn't look good. It's getting late early.
So let me ask y'all a question. So right now, without any trades or anything, do you think the Mets pitching we have enough to sustain for 162 games?
Volume, yes. Quality, perhaps not.
Okay. So OV says quality, no. Volume, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Top?
I would say the same thing. Yes. I would have. There's nothing else that there's right now. I'm looking at the rotation. I can't really see the opposite of anything else.
Ricky,
I'll say this: I feel different now after this Manaea debacle, because I always worried about Senga. If our top 4 guys, and I include Clay Holmes, obviously, I include Peterson. If our top 4 guys can be like consistent, I think we should be okay. But now I'm worrying about 2 other guys though, because I don't even know what's gonna happen with Manaea, to be honest. And it's not his fault. He's a nice guy. His press conference, the presser, didn't make me feel any better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, oh yeah, 92, 93. Yeah, let's see. Actually, look, and I know he can't say that. Look, I'm trash. I get that. Maybe I'm working on things. Like, there's no way in hell you could feel good after that outing today. And look, did Senga get bombed the other day? No, he got home. He gave up 2 home runs, but he didn't really that's not great either. But now I'm worried about 2 guys. I remember I had in the offseason, I did have my concern about Peterson too. I wasn't in love with the second half. I think all of us could agree that the second half was great. So don't give me 3 question marks. I could do 2. Give me 3. One of them you could get rid of. When I mean rid of, you could just take him out of the rotation. And that's either Senga or Manaea. If you give me 4, and Peterson has to be that 4th guy, maybe he could be the 3rd guy, because I think Clay Holmes is legit. He could be Peterson. If Peterson's our number 3, with Clay Holmes being our number 4, now we're cooking. The thing is, what do you do with the other 2? So if we could get the 4 guys, and you can out of the 6, I think we're going to be just fine. If that doesn't happen, we're going to have a lot of problems.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So Swift, the question I asked the panel was, with the Mets pitching right now, no trades, no signings, no nothing, do you think that we have enough to sustain for 162 games?
I would say yes, but I'm also a person who firmly believes in what we have in the farm. So I believe that we have built up enough in the AAA side where I feel confident. I've been saying this that the beauty of what Stearns did this offseason was kind of like built also around the edges to make sure that that there wasn't a steep drop off, right? From if a guy got injured. And again, we came into this year. We all believe that Senga's going to make 30 starts? We loved for that to happen. I don't think any of us would bet any money, put any money on Senga making 30 starts, right? David Peterson's in a contract year. Clay Holmes is in a contract year. I feel relatively positive they're going to make 30 starts. Freddie, we already know Freddie P. Sign him up every 5 days. He's out there on the mound, right? Clay Holmes. Nolan McLean. We would love for all that to happen. We have 8 games of evidence. This is a guy that just started pitching full time 2 years ago. We have there's still a lot of like mystery attached to this team, but we know that we have a lot of guys in the minor leagues that can fill in on occasion. So I feel relatively good about the depth lasting for 162.
All right.
Rick.
What about you, Rick? You're muted, by the way.
We heard that part. You should be able to use
I deserve that. I deserve that.
So name your top 5 team. You can't do no Puerto Rican slang, chill.
Oh my god. No, just to piggyback off, so like I think we do, but Pope is right. If you get 2 or 3 injuries or guys not performing to their capabilities, it's hard to sustain that. You got 3 out of your 5 guys not pitching well or hurt. Even when you do have that depth and that confidence in some of the guys that we have coming up, it's hard for any team to sustain that, right? And so I don't want to say concerned, but I am curious and I want to see what happens. But I do agree with Swift. Like, I do trust what we have in the minors and some of the kids that are next. We know the names. But again, it's hard if you have if you had 2 or 3 guys underperforming or hurt. I don't think any team, no matter what kind of depth you have, it's going to be hard to maintain that. Again, I think depending on where this team is at the trade deadline, I know we'll be aggressive. If there's a pitcher out there, we'll do that if it's needed. But again, I like what we have. So knock on wood, everyone stays healthy and everyone performs up to their capability. But it's gonna be tough, man. We got a lot of question marks, so we'll see what happens.
So I'll close out this conversation with some optimism. I think we have enough pitching to sustain for 162 games because I believe in Freddie Peralta. I believe in Nolan McLean. I believe in Clay Holmes. I believe in Peterson. And I believe in Senga. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. Is he going to make 30 starts? I don't know. I can't tell the future. I wish I did. I'd be rich. But I think he's going to make at least 25 starts. From what I've seen from Senga, and if he puts it all together, we got that. Now, with Manaea, if he's going to be pitching and he's going to be a 6th starter or a spot starter, and we go in that week 4-2, I'm okay. And if he starts sucking for real, like this is why that Freddie Peralta trade was so great, because we have Tobias Myers, and to take his spot, exactly, Tobias Myers over who, and I just, for me, that right there is the X factor, and then we have enough bullpen to hold the lead, and then. So for me, I think we have enough for 162, and I know David Stearns is going to be active in the trade market when it comes down. But if we were to take this, I think for the whole year, I think we'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
I hope so, man, because Manaea being the
Charlie Moore still a bit
highest paid pitcher, the highest paid pitcher. I need a little bit more than that, bro. What was the comment I missed?
Yeah.
Hold on, go back.
He said Charlie
I don't know
Morton's
if you
still
want to say it.
available.
Charlie
that
Morton
name
still
interesting?
available. Fucking thanks. I appreciate that.
But Leslie, as we do, we'll leave the best for last.
That's
and let's go to Plátano Power.
Plátano Power, son.
Let's do it real quick before we get to the Platinum Power. Real quick, do you guys want to see the matchups real quick for this weekend before we get out of here, and then we'll
Absolutely.
go.
Yeah,
let's
Hell
do
yeah.
that real quick.
It's gonna be
Let me
some
give
great
you the
matchups.
Let's go through the matchups real quick. And
Not
I
on
guess you guys
Tubi,
wanna-
hopefully.
Oh God,
No.
yeah. Let me see. No Tubi. I think we're good.
Nah, it's gonna be Tubi shit for sure.
Let me make this a little bit bigger for everyone out there. So this is what we got. Thank you. So we got Puerto Rico versus Italy. We got Venezuela, Japan. Great game there. DR versus Korea. And then we got the US versus Canada. Guys, any thoughts on this? Now we want to talk about this team before we wrap, but any thoughts on these matchups?
Yamamoto's pitching that game against Venezuela, so that's a tough one.
Versus
and then
Ranger Suarez.
And then versus Ranger Suarez. So that that's a freaking great matchup, dude. Just in terms of Major League Baseball talent, and I believe Webb Logan Webb is pitching for the U.S.
Most likely,
really
because
good.
he's the one that's up.
Yeah. So and then it sets up Paul Skeens to face potentially DR in the next round. Not saying that the U.S. should overlook Canada, but again, like really exciting just to see, like, okay, well then Japan next round might have Shohei's still out there, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, like, it's going to come down to the final at bat. It's going to come down to Shohei versus either Juan Soto or Shohei versus Aaron Judge. Well, you just know it's going to come down to that final at bat. It's just going to come down to that matchup, and everybody's going to be watching. Like a couple of years ago when it was Shohei versus Mike Trout. I mean, y'all remember how electric that matchup was, and that was between teammates, and it was incredible atmosphere. So I can't even imagine how it's going to be like if one of those matchups play out.
How do you guys feel about Ryu versus DR?
Oh, we're gonna
Ryu.
Jorge Palo. That's what I think, bro.
I don't want to be, and I don't want to sound too confident, but
yeah,
ouch.
Be confident, bro.
I'm gonna say the same thing
It's
about
okay.
him that I said about Eduardo Rodriguez. That's about it.
Yeah.
Look,
DR needs to.
As I
DR
said
needs
to
to have-
Randy one time, good luck.
Good luck. In a good way, though.
That
was a good way.
Yo, before we break down before we get further in the DR game, can we see some highlights, please? I need to see those vibes.
I need the highlights. Let
me just.
I
do that real
mean,
quick
Rube is just looking for any highlights because apparently he didn't see anything. So,
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Pelote.
right. That's
Who said that? The soundboard is lit tonight, bro.
Who was that? Is that a special guest?
That's a soundboard. Yeah, it's
I don't
definitely.
know,
it's
man.
not-
Highlights, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Aquí, Pablo.
Big screen. Come on.
Now we gotta show our dance man. We can't go with this, man.
Let's talk about.
how can you hate on this? How can you hate on this energy?
Toma.
Whose man is that? Whose man is that, bro?
I don't know, but all I know is he's a New York Met. That's all I know.
He is a
Yeah.
fucking
Yo,
New York
can we,
man.
can we just pause and just
Damn.
say, like, all the Yankee fans who are crying, oh, I miss him so much.
Can you imagine, bro?
Don't worry, he's safe in Queens, baby. He's safe. Safe.
Listen,
me
I
about Tatis,
saw
bro.
a quick little interview. He said he's bringing those vibes to the Mets, man. He said he's bringing that energy. So there was an interview I think I saw earlier today. So
Yo, you
bring all of that, bro.
Can you just show the Tatis home run? I mean,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
my
let me show
God,
that, bro.
man. I mean,
Yeah, let me.
the way that man pimps it, like no other, brother, like no other.
All right, hold up. Give me a second. Top, I'm gonna need you to hit the beat for Tatis, but
I'm gonna need you to, wherever you're watching this from, put a seatbelt on.
Oh, you could just play that shit regular, bro. I just want to. I'll hear the.
all right, we're gonna let it rock. All right,
Yeah, let it rock, please.
All right, hold up.
Hashtag West Light.
Well,
Yo, the soundboard's
God.
great
that
tonight.
Pablo again?
They're like a Dominican god. Like,
Yo, you guys, whatever you're doing with the soundboard, great job tonight, bro.
I know. I see. I
It's
know.
like, yeah,
Sounds
it's like
like Randy,
Tupac.
but
I'm
I'm
not
not-
alive. How we doing this?
Yo, full screen on this one, man.
This is what I
You gotta
want to see right
shit.
here, man. This is, oh,
Yagata. Yagata. Give me a full screen on this
top.
one.
Hit me, top.
Show
Hit me.
people.
Right here.
One more time,
One more time, bro. Come
Yo,
on.
give me full screen. Full screen. Toma. Look at that. Bro, look how he just leaves the bat. He's swinging the ball and the bat, and it's like releasing it.
Mira eso, bro.
It's not even a full swing. He's already releasing it, bro.
Eso lo mandaron ya, mamacuevazo.
You heard?
That's fucking beautiful.
Eso ya lo mandaron, mamagüevazo.
Hey. Of course, he's a god. I hate you. So, yo, Italy deserves his own little thing, but shout out to them. No one's Italian here, but shout out to them. They have an awesome
Shout out
team.
to Italy, bro.
Shout out to Italy. Shout out to PR
Shout out to
3-1.
Benson,
Shout out to USA, even though that was got 3-1. Hey, that's what I want to hear.
You know what I like the most is they take the espresso shots.
That's what.
And then
That's what
they put the suit jacket on and they do the kiss on the
The
cheeks.
Armani
Yeah, man.
jacket, bro.
Fire.
It is so.
So, yo, the point is, fans, watch the WBC and enjoy it. Look, Teal's gonna get better. It's 4 to 6 weeks. He'll be back in sometime in April. Look, it sucks. Things like that suck. There hasn't been no other big injuries, as we know yet. At least not the big injuries. And look, man, just enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Be it you're Dominican, Puerto Rican, who's left? Japan, Italy, Venezuela, Korea, like any of those folks that you wrote, or you have family members. Enjoy the baseball. It's gonna get even better. You know what I'm saying? It's free baseball. We still have 162 games to root for and playoffs, hopefully, for the Mets. So just enjoy that shit. What else we got, guys? Before we bounce.
We just
stop
thank
complaining,
everybody.
Yeah,
Stop complaining.
enjoy it.
Thank everybody for joining us degenerates. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Notifications so that you know when we go live and we get our shorts and all that other good stuff.
We went a little bit longer this time. We had a lot to talk about. But next week, I'll continue to talk about our Metsies. We're gonna, by that time, the WBC is over, so you know we're gonna talk about that. Might talk about some superstars. Who's a superstar? Who's a star? Who's making it in the realm? We're gonna go probably back and forth on that. We finished the pitching conversation this week. Let's see if we have. I don't think we're gonna have another Manaea start before. Maybe he'll pitch. You know, and that's another conversation. We're gonna keep an eye on Senga. We're gonna keep an eye on Lindor, who baseball activities today.
Hey, yo, Luis Robert played today, so
Luis Robert played today. Shout out to him. Had a hit. Had a hit. He didn't look. I didn't see anything wrong in center field.
Yeah.
Shout out to Polanco. He had a home run. I'm mistaken, right? So you know,
Yeah, he did.
Anything else?
Home runs, right?
So World Series back off. So maybe back on tomorrow.
It might be back on tomorrow.
Back off right now.
Back off for now. For now, we were 95, 96. So,
and during the season, we got some stuff cooking up for y'all. Maybe some live watches, some streaming and stuff like that while the game is going. So we'll definitely be locked in with y'all throughout the season. Get through the WBC, and then we got a week and a half until opening day. Well,
2 weeks.
Shout out to Randy who volunteered to do the day spaces now. So I'm gonna be supporting him with that. So wake your ass up, bro. And then we'll have more spaces. We'll try to have one tomorrow, before the ESB one or after. I'll see what time me and Randy are available, and then the rest of the fellas. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, guys.
Wrap it up, baby. Queens Baseball, y'all.
What I really think is that we haven't even seen the David Stearns team yet. We haven't even seen the David Stearns vision yet.